Cities in 100 years will be technologically way much more advanced than today. In the future, problems like pollution will be solved, and issues like climate change will be solved too. The cities will be green and clean, and they will use renewable energy. Within these cities, we can see elements such as giant buildings with an architecture designed so that it is contaminated as little as possible. In addition, everything will be visually more beautiful. There will be no poverty, and all people will live in stable conditions. We predict that it will be a good future if the technology we currently have is used to do good and not to seek evil, since it is currently innovating in many areas, and this we can take advantage of to evolve for the better.
Additionally, we predict that the changes will not be the same all around the world, since the development and ideology of a country could heavily influence the level of technology changes in the future. An example of this could be the factor of if a country is conservative, which could make them less possible of making changes to the country, as they don't want it to change. While more neoliberal countries could look entirely different in the next 100 years, since they actively change and look for what changes to make. Another factor could be the resources, since more rich countries could allow themselves to make more luxurious technology and allow themselves to build more technology based on simple human needs, compared to other countries which will not have the resources to make these changes possible. Lastly, since we use a lot of non-renewable resources in the present, it is possible that in the future these resources are replaced by more sustainable ones, such as solar or eolic energy, replacing or even leaving obsolete some other energies that we use right now that favor the exploitation of resources, such as the burn of fossil oils. We predict that this phenomenon will be the same all around the world, or at least in almost all countries. As one of the United Nations 17 Goals of Development for 2030 is the use of renewable energy all around the world, which could make them make some actions such as restricting or even prohibiting some practices that produce a lot of contamination and use non-renewable resources as the lastly mentioned, and forcing them to make more factories or make more practices that use more of these renewable resources.